Tonight I'm fixing swings. Did you get yours in? Let's do this. Welcome to a new breed of golf. I'm Michael Breed. So excited to be back in the studio again. So excited to be a part of the Facebook family on Facebook Watch, and I appreciate you joining me there. Reminding you also that there's a lot of ways for you to be a part of the show. Tonight, it's all about Fix My Swing. All you have to do to be a part of the show, get those swings to me, hashtag Fix My Swing. Make sure you give me a nice little conversation about what it is that you're struggling with. Make sure you include that. Then send me the swing. We'll look at it, put it up on the show, help you improve your game. Okay, tonight we're looking at Jason. So let's see what we got going on with Jason's golf swing. And honestly, this is a really wonderful golf swing. There's so much about it. And not to mention the music that he's playing, a little Huey Lewis, which I love. Now, Jason, here's what's going on in the setup position first. And we always look at what we're doing in the setup position. Setup is such an important thing. So when we start looking at this, you can see the angle of the back, the angle of the thighs, and then that knee bend. And you can see there's a tremendous amount of bending going on here. In fact, your hands look very, very close to your thighs. And that's all because of the bending that's going on here. Now, let me show you what I want you to do in the address position, because the address position is really going to predict what happens with the motion. So when I get set up into this, what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to have a little bit of a break in my knees. I don't want to have a whole lot of bend where my knees are out over my toes there. I just want a little break, and I just want to have a little bend in the hips. So my setup position is going to be something like this. And when you look at this, you can see how nice and relaxed I am. My arms are hanging out a little bit. They're not hanging in. So quite comfortable. Now, Gibbsy, can you pull up what Jason looks like in his address position? Just go right to that. And what you can see is how much bend. In fact, let's toggle back and forth. Yeah, and you can see, you know what, just do a little overlay for me so you can see. Yeah, this will be a little painful, but you can see the difference in my address position versus the difference in Jason's, and you can see how much he's bent over and how much jammed in he looks. Now, from this position, now what I'm able to do is I'm able to move quite freely through the shot. When we start to get bent over as much as we get bent over, what ends up happening is we create motion that is what our body will allow. We start doing certain little maneuvers, right? So what you're going to notice with Jason is he's going to make a maneuver with his arms and hands and the club in the backswing, and then he's also going to make a little bit maneuver with weight, because what he's trying to do is he's trying to create some space in here and for his arms and hands. And what you've got to do is you've got to make sure that we don't do that. So in this address position, let me just draw a line right here, what we call the shaft plane line. When we get to the top of the swing, what I want to see is I want to see that lead arm kind of parallel that shaft plane line. Now, when Jason takes the club back, what you're going to notice is that his arm doesn't get up to where we want it to get up to. What you're also going to notice, and this is a really interesting thing, watch what happens with this club head. When he takes it back, you see how he takes the club and he moves the club head out? That club head going out is telling us all that what he needs is he needs some space in here. So when he goes out, now he starts working his arms and hands out and away from him. But then what happens is that arm gets trapped behind him and it's low. And then when it's low, it's going to come too much from the inside. And when it's too much from the inside, we have a little bit of a problem. So what we want to do is we want to get up into this position where we get our arm up into the air. Now, how do we get the arm up in the air? Simple drill. You're going to take your right hand, you're going to put it underneath your left hand, or for the left-handed golfer, quite the opposite. And then we're going to pull up with this right hand, pull everything up into the air just like that. So we're going to just feel like we're touching the sky. And when we do that, now all of a sudden, this lead arm is a lot higher. It's not across our chest. It's a lot higher here. So I do that drill for a little bit. Get used to what that feels like to get my arm up into the air just like that. And now when I do that, watch how this ball will start on the line that I intend, which is right at that flag. And notice, by the way, the distance that I hit the ball. The one that I hit before didn't quite have the distance that we want. That one there had the distance that we're looking for. So what I want you to pay attention to is in your setup position, make sure that you have the right breaks in the body. Don't bend, don't create a lot of angles in there. And then from there, let's feel like we're getting those arms and hands up in the air. That is going to apply for you, Jason, as well as a lot of you at home. What you're struggling with is getting those arms too much wrapped behind you. We've got to get those arms and hands up into the air there. Now, remind you this. You got to get that swing to us. Make sure you understand we're here to help you improve your game. But the way we do that is by interacting with you and getting that swing from you. Hashtag Fix My Swing. Thank you so much for watching A New Breed of Golf here on Facebook Watch. We'll see you next time.